Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Well, I guess it's not good evening, Simi Valley anymore. I feel like it's good evening, everybody.
Good evening all over the world, right?
Hi, guys. Good to see you. Hi, Manny. Good to see everybody.
Is everybody
well, we don't see everybody, but we see that you're on, and we appreciate you joining us.
And everybody's able to hear us okay?
I hope. I mean, I have us off of mute, so.
Oh, okay.
Hi, guys.
She likes to mute me a lot, so I have to always check on that.
It just I default to it sometimes.
Yeah, right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to WAW, the show where important topics of the day are largely ignored.
That's right, and foolishness reigns supreme. It doesn't reign supreme.
Rain.
It reigns.
Supreme. And we're here to ask the eternal question.
What's happening? All right. Hey, Manny. Hey, John. Hey, Rick. Thank you, guys. Welcome.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting evening.
Well, we have a good guest.
We do. We hope anyway.
Yeah. Hey, Larry.
We're having some technical issues on their end, but hopefully that'll get all worked out.
We'll work it out. It's the behind the scenes scramble, but we're good. We're professionals. We can do this.
Okay, so first off, who's having the best hair day, guys? Hi, Susie. Hi, Larry. Hi, Tim. Who's having the best hair day?
Why do you do this every single time to yourself?
Well, I used the Nexus tonight. I brought out the big guns because I figured it might give me a leg up on the competition.
What do you think Nexus does for you?
Well, it's one of the best shampoos you could use.
Because it's what, $30 a bottle? It creates body and fullness. Is that what you're saying?
Honestly, I'm hoping to get some hair love tonight, guys. Otherwise, I'm going to have to buy another wig, and this one's just not cutting it for me.
Just give it to him. I'm fine.
Susie says we both look. Oh, thank you, Susie. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you. Just give it to him.
They usually just say she looks awesome. Hi, Katie.
Danny,
thank you for joining us.
Hi, guys. Nice to see you all, you guys. I wish I could see you.
Yes.
I wish I could see you, but I see you're on, and that means so much to us.
I wonder if there's a way that we could get everybody on kind of like a massive Zoom.
I mean, we could do like a massive Zoom where everybody. Awesome? You know what? I'm going to work on that. I'm going to work on a massive Zoom call where we can see everybody's faces.
Yeah.
But nobody could talk. We would just have to see all your beautiful faces.
Right.
Thank you, Larry. We love you too.
Thank you, Larry. We love you too, brother.
And Larry, thank you so much for the invite for Friday night.
Yes.
To go see, I don't know what the name is.
I think it's
Bruno Mars.
Bruno and the Hooligans or something like that? Something like that.
My daughter is actually going to see Bruno Mars in Las Vegas.
Adonis is on. You know who Adonis is? He says, hi, Brenda.
Adonis. Do I know Adonis?
Adonis Pedros.
I love your name, Adonis, but I do not know.
Hey, Dave. Hey, Bob.
Yep.
Bringing home the bacon, and he's saying it's a great double hair day.
Oh, okay. Bob.
Thank you,
I already know Bob. You're going to be riding the fence.
Don has joined us.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Cassandra, my Kings friend.
Cassandra.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My LA Kings friend.
Hi, Carly.
Yeah.
Hi, Larry. Hey, Chris Kissinger or Kiss Kissinger. What?
Do you ever put a wig on backwards? Do you ever put your wig on backwards?
That's my
Chris.
That's one of my best. That's one of my best looks, Chris. Right?
Well, your wig on backwards. Yeah. Chris, you're.
This is not a wig, guys. This is not a wig.
No.
I don't know if I'd expose it even if it was, but it's.
So you'll never know. It could be a wig or it could not be a wig.
That's right.
Thanks, Chris, for exposing the secret.
Manny says that's a great idea with the Zoom. We got to look into that.
We should do that, Manny. Wouldn't that be fun to have everybody's beautiful face present while we were talking?
Yeah.
So we could see all you guys. Although we're able to see you now. During 2020, when COVID was pretty heightened, we weren't able to see all your faces. And that's part of the reason we started this nonsense.
Pretty much. No, Bob says great wig day. Thank you, Bob.
Great wig day.
I was thinking I was going to have to buy another one.
I think, hey, Masha.
Nobody seems to be.
Our beautiful Masha just joined us.
Yeah, nobody seems to be impressed with this wig anymore.
So you guys.
Hey, Masha. Hey, Scott.
Chuck.
Barry Gibb. There you go.
So we have to.
That's the next tribute project, right, guys? It's got to be, right?
I'm going to make Jim a shirt that says Great Wig Day. Instead of Great Hair Day, Great Wig Day.
Yeah, right. Hey, Chuck.
So the secret's out of the bag. Jim Wooten does wear a wig, but you know what, you guys, it's okay. It's
Yeah,
okay.
right.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, right.
People
No.
won't judge.
Guys, honestly, this is my real hair. I own this hair.
It is
I
his
paid
real
good
hair.
money for it. I'm just kidding.
No, it really is. It's his real hair. It's his real hair.
Hi, Claire.
It's okay.
Thanks for joining us.
They make wigs really good these days.
Carly says Zoom is cool. Just everyone mute. That's a good idea. What do you think of that?
What?
So we'll get everybody on Zoom, but we'll mute.
Oh, yeah,
everybody,
totally. And we'll
be
see
able
all
to
your
see
faces. I would
everybody's
love that.
expressions. Everybody's
Everybody's going to do like massive hand movements.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Oh, wait,
you know
Bob
what?
says, is the beard real?
No, it's a wig too. It's all fake.
Okay.
I'm the only natural thing
He
here.
says, pull my hair so that they know.
It is. It is. Ooh, oh, sorry. Here, let me put it back on.
Oh,
All right.
man.
We're cracking ourselves up.
We're really entertaining
Yeah.
ourselves here, right?
Pull
Okay.
Jim's hair. Okay. I did, and it came down a little bit. I don't want to loosen it anymore. Trying to be respectful.
What's that?
I'm trying to be respectful of your
right.
wig.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to make you a shirt.
I'm going to figure out a way to get back at it for this one, guys.
Great wig day.
Hey,
All right,
Scott
guys.
Wardlow. Okay, here's the lowdown on the hoedown for this Saturday night, guys.
Oh,
Saturday night, Ocean View Pavilion in Port Hueneme. It's
Yeah.
right on the beach.
Ventura.
This is a beautiful venue.
We
have-
love that because
you know-
it's what, 20 minutes from our home?
Is it really?
It's a treat. I'm telling you.
Is it that close?
Yes,
I don't think it's 20
No, it
minutes.
is 20 to 30 minutes. It's a treat
Really?
for
Okay.
us because
Well,
we drive 1 to 2 to 3 hours to get to venues sometimes, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
No, most of the time, in
Yeah.
fact.
For your enjoyment.
Wait, Bob says that we need to Zoom right now because he's having a great hair day.
Are you really? Who is Bob? You are?
Bob is.
Oh, okay. Well, when we Zoom, you can show us your great hair day.
Yeah. Well, he's saying he's having it right now.
Oh, darn.
Just
That
like the
doesn't
rest
drag.
of us, we never know when it's
It
going to
would
happen.
take me a
and when it
second
isn't.
to figure out that Zoom thing. But you
but
know what,
wait.
Manny? I will. I promise.
Okay, but
He has no
wait, John says that he has no hair.
John, are you
Wait.
saying you have no hair or
No,
Jim
he
has
says,
no
he
hair?
says Bob has no
Bob
hair.
has tons of hair. I've seen Bob's hair. Bob has a lot of hair. He does.
Okay, so wait, we need to get back to Scott's comment. Saturday night, guys, Led Zepagain,
Yep.
celebrating 50 years of Led Zeppelin 4. We're playing the whole album for you, start to finish, and a bunch of other Zeppelin favorites. That's Saturday night at the Ocean View Pavilion
In Ventura.
Port Hueneme.
Well, it's kind of Ventura.
No,
Is
it's
Port Hueneme
Port
Ventura?
Hueneme.
Okay.
I don't think that's
feel
it's
like it might
Ventura
be.
County, but
Yeah.
it's not Ventura proper.
All right.
So hey, there's Scott Hathaway. Thanks for
Hello,
joining us,
Scott
Scott.
Hathaway.
Hey, Sammy.
What is in the cup, Blondie?
Uh-oh.
Masha.
Uh-oh. Come on. Now we can start digging at her.
All
Masha.
right. It actually is wine. A little bit of wine.
Many-
But I have water here. I'm balancing it out. I have a little bit of wine and a little bit of water, kind of like
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wait, so
Wine and water.
when we do the Zoom, Manny says he's going to work extra hard on his mullet. You know what, Manny?
Manny, you have a good mullet.
I used to have a killer mullet, right?
Oh, but he didn't know he had a mullet. Here's the thing. When I
Okay.
started dating Jim Wooten,
You can call me Jim.
that's
We're
okay.
on a
No,
first
Jim
name
Wooten's
basis
better.
now.
When I started dating Jim Wooten, I think we were maybe 6 months into the dating process. And I said to him, I just said to him very casually, something about his mullet. And he looked at me like, what are you talking about? And I said, you have a mullet. And he had a full blown mullet.
I did.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't know that's what it was
The
called.
biggest
honestly.
mullet. And he had it. And no, not only did he have a mullet, but the mullet part, I guess that was it, was permed. So he had like the permed part right here, and it was cut around the ears.
Yeah.
But you were so cute. You were really cute.
I actually
didn't know what a mullet was. So.
but I actually preferred the mullet for one
It's
reason.
not a millet.
Mullet.
You said that. Okay.
I actually preferred the mullet because it was a lot easier to manage. Wouldn't you agree, Manny? I mean, having
I have to
not
say,
having all the hair on the sides, it was a lot.
That's what actually. I mean, I fell in love with you with the mullet. I thought you were the cutest thing I'd ever seen. You did. I did.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, we had a little moment.
So Bob says with the beer he's drinking, we're getting cuter by the moment.
With the beer he's drinking. Wow. Okay. I mean, I think that would be a thank you.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I don't know. You guys are getting cuter by the moment with the wine I'm drinking.
Manny says us older guys love our long hair because we still have it.
Oh,
that's
get a room.
Exactly
Masha
right,
says,
Manny.
Don't be a hater, Masha. Everyone told us to get a room.
Dan's joining us from Wisconsin, but you're right, Manny.
Look at 3 people just told us to get a room. All right, well, we're coming to you guys tonight. We're going to get a room. We love you guys.
No, you're right though, Manny. And you know what's funny? I used to work a day job. What was that? About 11 years ago. And one of the people at my job told me that if I cut my hair, I would look younger.
Yeah, that's not the case.
I mean, does that make any sense to you? I want to be the Willie Nelson of my generation. So it's probably going to stay like this for a while, unless she gets mad at me and cuts it off in the middle of the night. You know?
Okay, you guys, I go ahead and pay attention to Jim. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just doing a little troubleshooting right now with
oh, are you?
With something.
Okay. Hey, by the way, guys, so yeah, this Saturday night, this is going to be worth a road trip for you if you're outside of the Ventura County area, because we're doing the complete Led Zeppelin 4 album. Led Zeppelin 4 in its entirety. And
I'm going to take a little break. You take care of this.
Okay. Yeah. And there are Gold Star tickets available for that. So tickets are normally $25. You can get them for $20. I think we've actually got a comedian opening up for us. His name is Jason Love. So, and the evening's going to get started at 7:30. So, mark your calendars. It's just 3 days away. And come on out and join us. It's going to be a great night. It's a beautiful facility, Ocean View Pavilion. It's right on the beach. So if you've never been, I would encourage you to come out and join us. Friday night, I'm actually going to be sitting in with TLR. I'm not going to be performing the entire show with them, because what had happened was I was supposed to be playing with Led Zepagain that night at a private party in Vacaville, California, and it got canceled due to COVID. So I had already asked our good friend Scott Richards if he would sit in for me from Which One's Pink. He said he would do that, so he's going to do it, and I'm going to come in and I might just go up and sing a song with him. Would that be okay with you?
I think so.
Okay.
I didn't know what you were talking about, but I'm going to agree to it.
TLR this Friday.
Well,
at Ontario.
You are in the group TLR, so you're not sitting in with anybody.
For this one, I am.
Oh, you are.
I'm just doing one song.
That's true.
Ontario Town Square.
That's true.
And so that's going to be on Friday night, and we start at 5 p.m.
Yep.
We're going from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., and then we'll probably go grab dinner at Northwoods Inn afterwards.
Yeah.
So come on out and join us for that. It's at the Cruisin' Reunion. Route 66 Cruisin' Reunion at the Ontario Town Square.
Very cool.
Well, that's what happens. That's what's happening this Friday and this Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Also, we wanted to mention our sponsor once again. We saw him. Was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
We went over to Calvin's Auto Repair, 501 East Glen Oaks Boulevard in Glendale, California. He just put a couple of brand new tires on my Camry
in about 4 minutes.
Yeah,
it felt like 4
minutes out of there.
It was amazing.
He's the best, guys. He is absolutely the best.
We drove up. He put the car on the whatever that's called. The lift.
The lift. Put it on the lift.
Put the tires on. We went and got a little snack.
You didn't have to hit me.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you.
Okay, so But this is the funny thing about it. I forgot to mention WAW, so most likely we paid 10% more than we normally would have had to.
We didn't get the 10%.
That would have been about $29.
It would have.
That would have paid for our lunch. You got to remind me.
I cannot believe you forgot to mention WAW.
And so if I forget it again, then you have permission to hit.
All right. Okay. So let's also talk about the rest of the month's Temper at a Glance. Obviously, tonight we have the beautiful Lizann Warner. Next week, we have Sam Morrison on the 22nd. And then the following week, on the 29th, we have Mr. Ron McNeil from the Fab Four. So we have a pretty fun month coming up. And we have a pretty amazing October coming up as well. So
yeah, we do.
I'm excited. But tonight, let's talk about our little beauty coming up.
This young lady, I've been an admirer of hers for a long time. From the time that she opened her mouth, I said, this woman is phenomenal.
Yeah.
She is incredible. Yeah. And we've had the pleasure to share the bill with her, Led Zepagain, Dog and Butterfly, many times over the years. Yeah. And every time I see her, she just completely blows me away. And I know she's going to blow you away when you see this.
Well, and I know you've said, we've talked about tribute artists and singers and regular entertainers that we know. And she always is named in one of the best vocalists that you know. I'm not a vocalist, but you always name her.
I've got to tell you, there's a lot of great tribute artists out there. And a lot of them sound really close to the person that they're emulating. But man, when I heard Lizann the very first time, I'm telling you, I would have thought that was Ann Wilson out there. It was incredible. I was floored. And she actually came out and did a duet with Swan on Rock and Roll a few times over the years. That was awesome.
World's Greatest, right? Was it
World's Greatest? Yeah, maybe about 3 or 4 times over the years. But we're going to show you a little video just to give you a taste of what she's like if you've never seen her perform. Yeah.
But then we're going to show you some more videos through the interview.
Yeah, she's not a one-trick pony by any means, guys. So
one-trick pony.
so we're going to show you a little video, show you what she does, and her heart tribute called Dog and Butterfly.
Yeah, enjoy, people. Wow.
And here she
wow. Welcome. Welcome.
How you doing, Lizann?
You just stop talking in the background because it says on the little thing at the bottom, it says you're on the show. Everyone can see and hear you. And I saw that like after we had been back here talking about.
No, but you were on mute. I muted you. I muted you.
Good deal.
Welcome, Miss Lizann Warner. Wow.
How you doing, Lizann?
Wow.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us
Got my
tonight.
hair, so I look different.
No, it's awesome.
Wait, is that okay?
No,
You just cut it? You just
no,
cut
she
it?
did not. She has so many looks, and I have been so many baffled, but every single look is amazing. And then I start dissecting, thinking, no way she could grow her hair that fast. No way.
No, that is your hair.
But
That is your hair.
I have to tell you, I pay attention because I'm a girl and girls pay attention. Not all girls can pull off every single look that you're pulling off. Short, long,
Yeah, that's true.
blonde, brown, two-tone. You're pulling it all off. It's amazing.
I get bored. So I like wigs because that kind of allows me some variety and I don't have to actually commit to anything crazy. But this year I actually committed to something crazy. I decided, and it started slow. I started with I had them cut just a little bit. Well, actually, when my brother died, I had like a Britney Spears moment. I didn't quite grab a razor, but I felt like I had to do something drastic. I don't know. I just felt like it. So I actually cut my own hair and then I had to go to a hairdresser and have her fix it. And cut it like shorter to here. And I was like, no, let's go a little shorter. So then she cut it shorter to here. And I think we went up to like about here. And then I was like, just do the rest of it.
So is this your hair? This is not a wig.
This is my hair. This is not a wig.
It's you. It's beautiful.
No, I got
It's really short. It's hard to get used to. But I'll tell you, it's quick to style, but it was a little weird getting used to it. I felt like a little boy.
I don't know. Do you remember this, Lizann? I got a funny story about the wig thing. So the very first time we met, we were playing together, Dog and Butterfly and Led Zepagain at Palladino's. You came up and you sang a duet with Swan on Rock and Roll, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I think it was the following week you told Swan, "Hey, you guys are playing right in my area," and I'm trying to think of what the venue was. It's not coming to mind immediately here. I know it was in Orange County though, and I saw you in the wig. You came up and you were singing with us. So you had your Ann Wilson wig on. Yeah. So you said, "Okay, I'm going to come and join you guys the following week." You're right. So close to my house. So you did. And you came up to the stage and you said, "Hey, Jim, I'm here." And I'm like,
who is this girl?
I have no idea. Do you remember?
I do vaguely remember that. Yeah, because I know that whenever I do like the Access TV interviews or shows or anything kind of Dog and Butterfly related, I even when we went to go see Nancy and Ann Wilson perform, I actually wore the wig. So I always kind of whenever we're doing anything heart related or band related, I wear the wig. But then when I go other places, nobody knows who the hell I am because there's just my hair. Everybody thinks
that's great. I love
in the band wears a wig, I think, except for Dave, and nobody knows this. So yeah,
I was completely befuddled, and you looked at me and you said, "You don't know who I am, do you?" And I said, "No, I'm sorry, I really don't." But you came
hilarious.
up and
it's not the first time.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a great night. It seems to me it was in Orange County. It might have been. I'm thinking the Galaxy. Do you remember the Galaxy?
Yeah, it might be the Galaxy. Yeah, because we lived in Whittier around that time, and so it wasn't that far away from us. And yeah, I believe it could have been the Galaxy. You're probably right.
All right. Well, let's get right into your background.
Into it.
So where were you born, Lizann?
Well, I was born actually in Los Angeles at St. Vincent's Hospital.
Oh, wow.
I was several weeks late, and I was born breech. And I've been late. Yeah, I've been late and ass backwards ever since. So pretty much. So my mom's doctor was out there because my mom and my dad used to live closer to LA. And then they got a house in Whittier. So my mom gave birth to me still in LA because that was where her doctor was, but they brought me home to Whittier. So Whittier was where I was raised.
Okay.
Oh, okay. And so you've lived there pretty much
lived
your
there
entire life?
a long time. But then, when I got out on my own, I moved around. I lived in La Habra for a while. I lived in Corona for a while. I
Okay.
moved back to Whittier for a while, and now I'm out here in Fontana, which we lovingly refer to as
Montana. Okay.
Oh, so
Wow. Okay.
Inland Empire.
Kentucky. That's where we are right now.
Okay. Awesome.
So I know your career started pretty young because I know you did dance.
Yeah,
But-
my mom. Well, my singing thing started way young because
So
my mom.
tell me about your singing thing. So tell me what age you really feel like the singing thing started for you.
Really young, because
Really?
my mother was a pianist. She didn't read music; she played everything by ear. She's one of those people that was like some kind of savant that was able to play anything that you sang to her, and she had no idea. She didn't read music at all. She just played by ear, but she could play anything. And she used to play "Let Me Call You Sweetheart" when I was really little. And she taught me the words to it, and then she'd make me perform in front of all her relatives. So that's how. And I was probably like 3 or 4, I think. And then she used to raise money for asthma because I had 2 brothers that had asthma, and she used to drive around and drop off those little coin kits at all the stores where you put the coins in by the register. She'd drop those off, and then she'd go back a week or so later and collect them, and then she'd just do that routine. So rather than take me to daycare or a babysitter, I'd ride in the back of the car while she did this, and we would sing. We'd sing every day in the car, my mom and I. So,
Wow, that's
and then we would like do in round, and I learned how to sing harmony to her, and we she was like the best vocal coach a girl could have. So
Wow, how blessed are you? So Larry's asking, did you play the piano?
no.
Yeah. Do you play any?
She tried. Oh boy, they made me take those lessons, and
You do play flute, though. Is that correct?
Ah.
well, kind of.
Yeah.
Telling you this, but I don't really know how to play the flute. I got a flute. I'm gonna get into myself as far as we're gonna go back to the kid stuff in a second, but as far as the flute goes, I got a flute at a pawn shop, and I didn't know how to work it, so I went online and read on how to make a sound on it, and then I listened and I practiced, and I only know how to play the things that I play during our show. If you asked me to play other songs, I wouldn't be able to do it.
That's all you need. That's
You know,
exactly right.
Just enough to squeak by. That's kind of how I've always been. But piano was the same thing. She tried to make me take piano lessons, and I hated it. My brothers were really good. My one brother, Mark, is excellent. He actually tunes pianos. He's an organ builder and all these other things, but he makes harps and plays like 13 different instruments, and he sings. But I never got the instrument gene.
Oh, okay.
I'm right there with you, Lizann.
Singing and dancing and acting gene, but I can't play an instrument very well. I write though. When we get to talking about my original music, I'll explain that because I do use a keyboard to write.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Hi, Bob.
Bob Bacon says you're really great at enunciating the lyrics in your songs.
Oh yeah, well, that's important.
It is.
It's probably not important if you're like Chrissy Hind or somebody, and everyone's still trying to figure out what the heck she said. But yeah, it's kind of important to try to be able to enunciate.
Yeah, absolutely. So
as far as the kid thing, yeah, I started singing really young, and then my mom put me in dance lessons, and I honestly thought that was what I was going to do. I didn't fall in love with singing.
So we're talking like 3, 4, 5 years old type young. Is that
4
early?
years old when I started in ballet, and I danced about 17 and a half years.
Wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, I was actually planning on being a ballet dancer, even though I'm a little heavy chested for that. I didn't quite have the ballet physique, but I was really working hard at it. I was doing pas de deux. I was on point and doing really good. And then I was working at a grocery store bagging groceries, and I lifted something too heavy and threw my back out, and I was in traction for like 6 months and out for a year. And
Man, that's crazy.
yeah, kind of. I had permanently damaged some discs, and I was never able to do the. That's when I switched and started doing more singing, and I was like maybe 21 or 20, and that's when I started doing more singing, and that's kind of when that all started going that direction. But up until that point, I thought I was going to be a dancer or an
Wow.
actor.
John Deards wants to know, were you involved in musical theater?
I was a theater geek in school. Yeah. I was
So
one of
there's
the
something you and I have in common. So
yeah, we were like the Breakfast Club. We were just all the nerds. And we
That's
go. I was in a lot of the theater productions. I won Best Supporting Actress. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. If I can reach this thing, I could show you. Hold on.
Oh, bring it down.
Breaking it. Okay. Whew.
Oh,
Wow.
right on.
Very cool.
Member of the International Thespian Society. I became
Awesome.
official member of the Thespians when I was in high school.
Good
And I won the Genie Award, which was our school's award for theatrical excellence. And I got Best Supporting Actress 2 years in a row, which is the first. I think I was the only one up to that point. I don't know who came after me that might have done that, but I was the only one in our school that had managed to win it 2 years in a row.
Oh man, that's
awesome.
awesome.
And our high school, college, high school.
High school.
High
And I did both musical theater and dramatic, but I was really good at comedy.
So you and I have to talk about our
I did a
theatrical.
lot of comedy theater in high school.
Yes.
Did you go?
Gave me a part where I could cut up and be weird and improvise. I was always good at that.
Well, did you go to Whittier High School?
No, I went to went to California High School.
California High School. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I actually grew up in El Monte, California, but don't hold that.
Yeah.
It's not too-
Vato. No, I'm just kidding. Incorrect. I apologize.
Masha.
Masha
wanted to
says,
make a comment.
okay, I adored my
Oh,
time.
Masha's writing. Hi, Masha.
Talking Butterfly during COVID, the musicianship was incredible. What an amazing experience. Lizann is spot on. Actually, almost scary.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, you have said that. You have said that.
Man.
You have said that.
During COVID, a couple of our members were very apprehensive because they had family members that were like, had comorbidity issues and whatnot. So they were extremely cautious about going out and doing shows. So a couple of our people, had declined performing, and I needed to find somebody to fill in for Deshay on a couple shows. And Masha stepped in, and she was amazing. She's probably the only person I could think of that could fill in for Deshay. So
Well, she did a fantastic job, and I remember watching that. She did a fantastic job.
She's excellent. Deshay, though, of course, is my best fancy that I've had in the years that we've been doing it. We've been doing Dog and Butterfly a long time. So,
Well, the first time that we played together at Palladino's, I was telling her, you remember the green room was right next door to the stage.
The little closet. The closet.
Remember that?
The closet
Remember
of
that?
Palladino's.
So
I try to forget Palladino's. I shouldn't.
yeah.
Actually, it's okay. We cut our teeth there. That's probably one of the first venues we played at. And we also did a show with you guys. I don't know if you remember, but one of the first shows that we did with you guys, I think after that, was the House of Blues in Los Angeles when it was.
Yes,
that was a great night.
That's a show I won't ever forget because for years I did bands with various guys I dated. I seem to always collect boyfriends that are in my band or whatever. Up until that point, I had they were always like garage bands, didn't really do a whole lot. I started the tribute thing with Dave, and she hadn't seen us yet, and so she saw us for the first time at that show. I'll never forget my mom coming backstage after the show, and she was crying. I mean, she had tears coming down her eyes, and she said she was so proud of me. I'll never forget that.
Well,
that was the first time I think she felt like, okay, all that crazy noise you made in the garage was actually, doing something. It went somewhere rather than just the garage.
Well, I can tell you that night at Palladino's, I was in the green room there when you guys broke into the first song, and I'm going, if I didn't know this was a tribute,
If we didn't see it,
I would think that
That's
that was
right.
Ann Wilson
That's right.
singing.
That's right.
You would have
And I've
completely.
never heard you say that before. I've never heard that.
and I have to say, you won't hear that a whole lot. You won't hear
Yeah.
that.
I told her you are definitely. I mean, in the top 5 of people that I know in the tribute business that can sound exactly like the person they're emulating. I mean, exactly.
So
And I
hard
don't hear that a whole lot.
And
Yeah.
it's so hard for me to get gigs for us. It's really, really hard. I don't know. It's that's a whole nother topic, but female fronted bands in general, people that I've talked to who are also in female fronted bands have run into a lot of the same problems I have with trying to get bookings. It's a lot more challenging for us.
I can imagine.
Do you? Okay, so that's a good subject. And
I think I feel that the girls don't rock as hard as the guys.
So I've wanted to broach
Yeah.
that subject a lot. Do you feel like as a female fronted band, you have to push a little harder?
Yeah, and I think it's harder to convince a lot of the venues, and I don't know if Jim can commiserate with this, but a lot of venues, I mean, it's really about the drink sales. It's really, I mean, the bands can be good, but what they care about are the bodies in the room and the drinks that they're selling. That's the bottom line for them.
Exactly right.
You're
That's exactly
absolutely
right.
about
Doesn't
that.
matter. Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, you can have a so-so band, but they bring a big crowd and they're happy. They don't really go, oh, this
You're
is a good band. We want to book them just because they sound good. They
Yeah.
book them because they have a lot of followers. So with us, it was always a harder sell because I think people thought that if you were a female fronted band, then maybe people wouldn't feel inclined to drink as much or something. I think that's what they think, or that was something that I'd heard a bit of.
I see. Yeah. No, I've.
But
I've
hard,
known that.
man. They come out of the
man.
gate just blazing.
Yeah, I mean, I always thinking, I would always think, well, God, you got 2 girls singing Heart, and Heart's music is, not all
Rockin'.
can be. But see, that's another thing. I think people think that Heart's music is like soft, girly rock or something. And it's not until and they don't even really realize all the hits. That's the other thing. They'll say, well, there's Magic Man, there's Barracuda and Crazy on You. What else? They don't Barracuda. And after about 3 or 4 songs, they're not sure if there's any more,
Sure.
hits. And then when we go and play, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe there was like all these songs you guys did that we knew. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. People don't, they don't really realize how many huge hits they had. I mean, and
You're right.
all of them are still on radio rotation all the time.
All the
Yes,
time.
absolutely.
And you guys are absolutely phenomenal.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
every
Yeah.
single one of you, man.
It's
Every single one of
Definitely
you.
an incredible band.
The left-hand corner, that's a great picture.
That's a
Down here or this one? The one where I'm spinning or my head's flailing? The hair flailing picture? Is that what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can tell right now that is during Baby Lestrange. Because that's
really?
you know.
I guarantee you that was during Baby Lestrange because I'm holding a tambourine and I do a movement like that near the beginning of the song. So I'm pretty sure that was what was
Oh,
going on.
that's great. That's great.
Wow, fantastic.
So we're going to sidestep Dog and Butterfly for a moment. We're going to get back to that, but I know you're involved in a lot of things and you've done a lot of things over the years. So what are a couple of things that are interesting about your musical career that most people wouldn't know?
Wouldn't know. Gosh, let me think. Well,
A lot of stuff. I know.
There's a couple, and we've got some videos here for that.
I made a commercial for Sandals Resorts.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, let's
I have to say, before that though, can I give a shout out to somebody?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to mention Brody. You know,
Brody.
you guys probably know
Yeah.
Brody.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because he recommended me to the folks that do Guitar Hero. At the time, that was like, you guys remember that game? It was huge.
Sure.
Billion units or whatever it was. Anyway, they wanted a girl to come in and sing. They were looking for someone who could sing like Heart.
Yes.
And so they did. They invited me because Brody had recommended me. So because
Yeah.
I guess he had done some tracks on that game.
Yeah.
So I have to give a shout out to him because that kind of started a ball rolling. Because when I got there, they had me do Pat Benatar as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
So can we show
I have 2 tracks on that game that I sang? So a lot of people don't know that.
Well, can we show them
Can we
a
show a
little
little
bit of that?
clip of Heart and then maybe a little bit of Pat Benatar?
Yeah. Off of Guitar Through Her 3. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let's do it.
I bet you put it in for a speed. You had me down, on my.
Yay!
Some
I get drowned out by the game sounds, but yeah.
Can we do a little bit of Hit Me With Your Best Shot?
Sure. Do you want me to sing it here, or are you going to play it out there?
I got it on the Guitar Hero.
Yes.
Yeah, go
We'll
ahead.
show that as well.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah,
So
guitar
every
player.
time someone's playing Guitar Hero, that's you singing that.
Yeah, and the thing about those games is it's primarily for people who are playing the guitar part of the song.
Yeah.
So the singing is almost like in the background. It gets drowned out because you got all these guitar noises and stuff. Because yeah, you know how guitar players are, Jim. They want to be the center of attention.
No, those
Yeah,
guitar
I've
players.
experienced that a few times. Yeah, you know what? You and Brody need to start a band and just keep coming out in different costumes.
I
You
know.
guys are incredible vocal chameleons.
We
Both
could kill that. Yeah, I wish I could do a show with him because I think it would be incredible.
It would
He's
be fantastic.
really, really talented.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's amazing.
He's
Absolutely.
amazing.
So you talked about the Sandals Resort thing, and I have
But
to say,
I owe it to him. I had to get that shout out to him because if he
Absolutely.
if he hadn't have gotten me that gig, then I wouldn't have gotten 2 tracks on that game, and then consequently I got 3 more tracks on another game called Rock Revolution. I actually did 3 tracks in that game.
Okay.
I thought the Magic Man recording on that one was even better. I think actually all 3 of the tracks on
Really?
Revolution were, I think, sounded much better than the Guitar Hero ones because the vocal was actually up higher in the mix. It sounded.
Oh, I see.
well, we have that one. Do you
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
do you want to take a look at that?
You gotta play Kiss Me Deadly. Pay that because they're and Magic Man for sure. Those 2
All
for
right.
sure.
Let's
Okay.
do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
magic move.
So good.
That's amazing.
That
Yeah,
is
the
some-
audio is better on that. I have to say, I think their songs, and I'm not getting paid to endorse the game or anything, but I just think that their production sounded better to me. The video wasn't as nice looking, I guess, but maybe, and that game didn't do as well, but the audio.
but your
production-
vocals sounded amazing.
Where did you have to go to record those tracks for Guitar Hero and Rock Revolution?
They had me going to like these secret studios.
Really?
When I sang for Guitar Hero, I had to sign this thing. I'm not allowed to tell anybody what I didn't even know what I was recording for. They just paid me a flat fee, and then it was.
So I was going to ask you: is there a continual payment, or is just
no residuals? No, they paid me. God, if I had known it was going to be Guitar Hero 3 and it would be as big as it was, I would have maybe tried to push for that. But no,
Sure,
they just said, "Oh, we're just going to give you this much, and you sing this song, and oh, well, here we'll give you this much again. You can sing another song."
right?
But because Brody had recommended me, I got that gig, and then the producers of that gig somehow talked to the producers of the other game, and that's how I got the other game. So it all was a chain reaction from
Wow,
that.
that's interesting.
Yeah, and the studios were just out in LA. They were like darkened basement studios where like I could never find them again if I ever had to. I'm surprised it wasn't blindfolded.
A secret location.
Yeah. It was my job, and then I never heard from them again.
Yes.
Well, I did hear from Activision. They flew me up about a year or so for the next game that came out after Guitar Hero 3, and they flew me up to Washington, and I performed for like a game convention that was just for people that purchased the games, like for the vendors. It wasn't for like the public, and I demonstrated because that game they had added a microphone element so people could actually sing in the game too. So I was demonstrating that, but that's it. But otherwise, I never hear from those guys anymore. It was just that one time. But because I got those games, that led to the commercials and the other things that I started getting credit. And all of this stuff only happened over the last like 15 years. So I mean, I'm not going to give away my age, but to anybody out there who thinks that that it's too late. I mean, because seriously, when I got the games, I would have thought I would have retired out of music by that time. And that was all actually just like it was just the beginning.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So
can we listen to a little bit of the commercial?
Oh
We've got
yeah.
the commercial
So
here.
should we do a little bit of the sandals or the flip flops or a little bit of both?
The first commercial that I did was sandals. Commercial, and
I have that.
I give you a little backstory about that.
Okay. Yep. Let's do it.
They had asked Norah Jones, because she does My Blue Heaven on one of her albums, and they wanted to use that recording for their commercial, the Sandals people. And I guess she denied them use of the song or of her track. So they contacted me, a producer that works with them contacted me because they had an opportunity. They still wanted to record the song, but they wanted somebody that could sound like Norah Jones. And I was like, well, I haven't tried it, but sure, let's do it. So he sent me like this little 30 seconds of music.
Yes.
I listened to her track and then I sang it. They sent it back to me and said, you need to sing it again and try not to sing it so close because you sound so close to her. We're afraid they're going to complain.
Wow.
Wow.
So I tried to not sound as much like her.
Should not be as good.
Basically, you want me to suck a little bit? I sang it again, and I sang it just a little less good, I guess.
Yeah.
They sent it back again, a second time. You still sound a little too much like Norah Jones. So how about this? They said change up the melody just a little bit in a couple spots. So then, and I didn't even get a writing credit. Can you believe this? Because I went ahead and changed a couple of slightly changed a few of the melodic line of the song just a little bit, and did it a third time. And then I guess third time was a charm. So
all right. So should we
Let's
play
take
it?
a listen.
Go ahead.
When whippoorwills call and evening is nigh, I hurry to my blue heaven. Just a turn to the right, you find a little white light.
The new Sandals Emerald Bay Great
Will
Exuma
lead
Bahamas.
to my
All Butler. All you could ever imagine. Book now, save up to 60%. Call 1-800-SANDALS.
Wow. Beautiful.
Awesome.
And that played on it played for like 3 years on all the major networks.
Wow.
So please tell me you got residuals from that one.
No, they just
Oh, wow. Really?
They paid me just a flat fee.
Oh, man.
I didn't even get a writer's credit for changing the melody a little bit. Nothing. So,
Wow.
but that isn't even the part that hurts the most. What hurts the most is my mom had passed away by that time. And so and my dad had already been gone. So neither one of my parents, with all the heartache I gave them for using their garage and all the noise we made out there as kids, playing in bands, I would have really loved them to see.
Yeah.
I would have loved if my mom could have turned on the TV and seen that commercial. She would have.
Oh my gosh. Proud parent moment.
Yes, that's right.
Proud parent
You guys
moment.
can be my proud parents. How's that?
Yes. So proud of you, Lizann.
But yeah, that was big for me. It was really strange for us to like turn on the TV and there you are, honey, you're singing on the TV again. It was like that was pretty cool.
Awesome.
So,
Well, we want to break away from the from
Music?
music for just a moment because you're also known for something else.
Something I follow you for. I mean, I love you for your music. I love you for you, but you developed a greater love for me when you started the Mean Kitty thing.
oh yeah.
I'm telling you right now, I was locked in, and I found myself like going to your page to find out what's going on with Mean Kitty.
Well, I didn't send you some of the photos that
Yeah.
I'm looking at my phone right now, so I can see if I can find it.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't know if it would be too graphic for your audience, but first, Mean Kitty, I had seen him around the neighborhood, and I don't know if you guys know, but I do. Here he is.
So this is our first experience. This is how we met him, right?
Yeah. Well, I have to explain
Was.
that shot so that you understand. He'd been a stray cat that I've been feeding, and I feed a lot of stray cats in my community. And he was in my neighborhood, and there's a couple places, food stations in my neighborhood where I leave food for the cats that are wild.
Right.
And then one afternoon, I saw him in the daytime, which was rare because I never had seen him in the daytime. And he was limping. He actually limped across the street right in front of my car.
Wow.
And limping really bad. I brought him home, and I'll show you on the camera. I didn't know if I should send you this photo because it was so graphic. I don't know. Can you guys see that?
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
Man.
Oh.
The whole top of his
His
foot.
pad is raw. His pad is raw.
Like you could see tendons and bone.
Oh.
And, so I trapped him, which was not easy to do.
No, but good for you for doing that.
And I took him to a vet that I see. By the way, La Palma Animal Hospital in La Palma, the doctor there, Dr. Angelo, is a saint. And I drive all the way out there, even from Fontana, with my pets, just because he's so good. But anyway.
So, do we know why his pads were raw? Do we know
Well,
why?
it was the top of his foot. It was the whole top of his foot that was like that. I know it's kind of hard to see. Yeah, I know it's kind of hard to see in the picture.
Yeah.
I'm trying to move it so you can see it better, and I know it's probably hard to.
So the top of his foot was raw.
Yes.
That big hole that you see. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I see
Big
it.
hole, that's actually the top of his foot.
Oh my God!
They said they couldn't stitch it because there was not enough skin or anything to stitch together. There was like no way to cover it. So they said they were either going to be, and he was really feral at that time, couldn't even touch him. So they said they had to knock him out just to examine the foot and take it.
Right.
Wow.
And they cleaned it, and then they said, well, you have a couple options. We can either amputate the foot, or we could, or we could put him to sleep because he's so feral. And then while they had him there, they ran his blood work, and they found out that he was positive for FIV, which is basically the feline version of AIDS for cats. It's like AIDS.
Oh, yeah.
Deficient disease, just like AIDS. And so they said an injury like this can cause secondary infections that could kill him because of that. So they said, and because he was so feral and difficult to handle, they said it really wouldn't be out of the question just to put him to sleep. And I was like, no, I just can't do that. So I was like, what? There's got to be another option. And they said, well, the only other option is you're going to have to clean it, keep it clean by cleaning it 3 times a day for at least 6 to 8 weeks, or however long it takes for it to heal on its own.
Wow.
So I'm like, we can't even touch this cat. So how do you think I'm going to clean that wound? So Dave and I put him in a dog crate in the middle of our kitchen. And we got a baton that I had from back in drill team days and stuff. I had an old baton. I put Dave's socks around it with some rubber bands to kind of pad it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I pushed that through the cage and lifted up his stomach. And I used a squirt bottle with antiseptic and another squirt bottle with water. And I would spray through this cage.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And then with this antiseptic, then squirt the foot with water to rinse it. Then I would take a metal grabber tool and feed that through the hole with gauze on it and dab it. And he tolerated. He wasn't happy about it, but but I did that, and very slowly it started to heal. I should have probably given you guys pictures of this, but a picture that you see of him in that cage was when we had him in that dog crate, and you could see that he was like totally not happy about that whole situation.
Not happy. Well, look at those eyes. He's a beautiful boy.
It took about 8 months, and then I don't know if you could see that picture a little bit better.
Right there. That you can see it.
Yeah, at about 7 months, about 7 weeks, it looked like that. And eventually it completely covered over. So, but once it got really, really healed, and we thought he was good to go, we released him, and he shot out. I could tell the foot was fine because he ran so fast. I'd never seen him go so quick. And he disappeared for 3 days. We didn't see him. So I thought that was it. He'll probably never come around me again after being in a cage and being prodded, cleaned, and squirted for 6 to 8 weeks, whatever it was. Right. And but he came back and started hitting me up for food. And that's when, excuse me, that's when I started doing the Mean Kitty videos where he'd come to the door. And I just thought it was so weird that he would come to my door. I would literally open the door and he would hiss at me. I'm like,
you're
coming here, or you're coming to my door. Why are you spitting at me? You don't have to be here.
How long ago was that, Lizann? How long ago was that?
Well, I would say like 2 years ago.
No, it was longer.
Yeah, it was about. Hold on, to get some water.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I guess it was almost 2 years ago, and then then for about a year, he would come to the door, and we'd have this like routine where I would open the door a little bit, and I'd say, "Is that you, Mean Kitty?" And I could hear him go and make all these crazy noises and spit. And
I can't even tell you how many times I'm like, Jim, Mean Kitty's on again.
People watching it, and during COVID, I guess it was pretty entertaining. I mean, he was entertaining. I'd never seen a cat.
He wanted to trust you. He wanted to love you. He did.
Yeah, he did. It was like he kept coming back. He kept coming back, but he'd spit and howl at me. And I put the food down, and eventually, he would just keep coming back every night. We'd go through this routine where I'd hear him howling outside my door. I'd open up the door and he'd spit. And then I'd put the food down and he would spit. And then, I feed him and then he'd go away. And then we just did this every night.
Yeah.
Then eventually he would kind of rub on my leg a little bit. And once he started doing that, I thought, okay, he's giving me a sign that he's, trying to get close. So then one day he had a what do they call, foxtail stuck on his fur, and I got that grabber tool out, which I thought he would definitely freak out at that. Or actually, it wasn't the grabber tool. I'm sorry. It was one of those back scratchers, one of those bamboo old time back scratchers. My mother had one that I had inherited. So
got one. Yeah.
I used the back scratcher to try to scratch the cat, because I didn't want it to get embedded in his fur, because then it would get infected. So I, scraped that off, and I noticed that when I scratched him with it, he was like all of a sudden, ooh, and then he'd lay down and start getting all cutesy with me. And I was like, oh, he likes that. So I started doing that more. I started scratching his back, scratching his stomach. So then he started getting addicted to the back scratcher, because he would come and he would like lay down. He would just open the door, he'd meow, whatever. I'd open the door and he would lay down. And I knew that meant, oh, he wants the back scratcher. So I did that. We started doing that routine every night. And
Yeah.
and eventually I opened my door and I'd put the food kind of inside the door and a little bit farther in the house, and then he'd come in for just a little bit and run back out, and we did that for a while, and then eventually he just came in and then he just stayed. So
That's awesome. Well, now is
But
it
then-
at a point now where he'll let you hold him?
Look
and-
at
yeah,
now he's upside down on her bed.
Yeah.
he lays on his back all the time. He stretches
Oh, I
out
love
and
that.
yeah, he extends his arms out and shows off his kitty titties to me.
But you not only deal with
He's
me,
so
kid-
funny. Yeah, he does that all the time. Oh yeah,
You
that's a shot of all of those cats, by the way, except the orange one. He disappeared, but all the other cats in that shot I found homes for. One of them is actually living with me still.
I think. Well, who are these two?
The one on the left of the photo on the left, the two striped tabbies, that's Otto on the left and Tiger on the right. They're from different litters. And then the black kitty, that one is actually Sambini, but I call her Sammy for short. And then the one that she's kind of laying on, that's Mindy, otherwise known as Big Mama, because she's kind of chubby. And Mindy and she has a brother named Mork. Mork and Mindy are still with me too. So
Mark
those
and
are-
Mickey.
That's
those
great.
cats I foster those cats plus two others. I actually have 6
Oh, I
fosters.
love that. I love that you do that. That just warms my heart because
Yeah.
I am a rescuer. I will never buy or purchase a animal.
Yeah, I don't need. I can't.
Because I won't let her.
No,
I'm
but
just
you know what?
kidding. I'm joking.
I have to tell you, I won't name names, but I have a sister who's a breeder,
Yeah.
Oh,
and
okay.
I won't do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Like I'm a shelter girl.
Yeah.
Well,
I will-
my mother was a dog breeder. My mom and dad used to raise and breed Hungarian Wislas, and they used to show them.
Yeah.
And they also used them. My dad used to go hunting, which I'm not a big fan of, but they used to hunt quail and pheasant, and they use the Wislas for that too. And there's something to be said for breeders, because I do think it's important to continue.
Yes. Yes.
certain breeds, because otherwise they'll eventually all become mutts, and then you'll never have anything.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
So I can
Yeah.
appreciate that, as long as the breeders, like my parents, were really good with the dogs. They weren't like a puppy mill. I mean, God, our dogs were like family members. And my mom, when my mother sold a puppy to somebody, because all our dogs were registered at KC and all of that, they got names, they got recognition, and my mom stayed in touch with them, and we would become friends with the people who got the dogs. So we would follow the dogs as they got older. They'd send us pictures. I mean, it was like they were like children. They were like family. They were just extensions of our family. So
Lizann,
Larry Pascal, what's he say?
he says maybe we should bring Mean Kitty over to the house.
No, you don't need me.
But
Kitty.
here, you don't even know we have mouse issues, and I will
Dude.
not kill a mouse. I will not kill a mouse.
You know,
I trap them and I release them.
you need Penny. I should have sent you a picture of Penny. We have so many cats, so it's hard to think of what I'll just send you. But I should have sent you Penny. We got 3 black cats. Mean Kitty was the last of the 3 that we acquired. But we have a cat named Penny that lives in the backyard. She just will not adapt to being inside. And Mean Kitty loves her. Like, he looks at her through the window and he cries. He sings her songs through the window, and she's really standoffish. So she'll come to the window for a second and then she'll walk away. She says she's a little shiksa. She's a tease. So she, but she is a serious mouser. And she actually just about anything, birds, mice, lizards. I mean, anything that's moving, look out. She's like she has a little condo in the backyard that she stays in. It's all insulated and everything. And the top opens up so that we can clean it. And it's like, for the winter time, it's warm, and summer it's cool. I'll open up the top of that thing, and it's like looking into Hannibal Lecter's den when you look in there. There's like bird feet and mouse tails and feathers and lizard head, and I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, I feed her all the time. She has no reason. It can't take the hunter out of her.
They're a hunter. So
Yeah.
Robert says Mean Kitty.
You should borrow Penny if you're trying to get rid of mice. Penny.
There you go. You hear that?
What?
Yeah.
Penny. We need to borrow Penny.
All right, can we borrow Penny for like one?
she will cure you of your mouse. I haven't seen anything at on our property since she's
Can you
been.
Can you loan us a penny? Let's. No,
Yeah.
Robin. One of
Our neighbor had a golfer issue, and he loves her too because she sits up on the fence between our properties, and she goes over on his side and takes care of his yard too.
That's awesome.
All right,
No, wait. Robin says, "Mean Kitty told me what he thought of me when I came to visit that one time." Was that
I don't remember this, Robin. What did he do?
You're gonna have to tell us about that.
I feel like
Robin.
Mean Kitty might have been mean.
And it's funny because he is such a lover with me, plays all the time. He's just awesome. But I can't, like Dave feeds him, and he can do that, and he can pet him once in a while if he's sleeping before he realizes it's Dave, and then he turns around and tries to get him. So he doesn't really tolerate anyone else but me.
I've seen
Wow.
Mean Kitty on his back, and I've seen you petting his belly, which is miles away from what he was.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Okay.
He's come
With the
along.
back scratcher.
Robin says that he was spitting.
Yeah. He's really good.
Robin said he was spitting at us.
Oh, he was spitting at us. Yeah. Yeah. And he's weird when I'm gone too. Like he follows me now in the house all the time. Like I can't go anywhere in the house without him being somewhere close by. If I go in the office and close the door, I open up the office door and he's sitting right outside the door.
Wow.
And so he, there you go. So he absolutely is super clingy. And then when we go away, like on a show for a weekend, I have my nephew comes in, my husband's nephew comes in and feeds him, and he will not eat the whole time I'm gone. He won't.
Oh wow!
Eat.
Wow.
Yeah. I come back. My nephew will text me and say he didn't eat his food again. He won't even eat.
I love that.
Wow.
He won't eat until I'm gone. And then when I get home, he eats like a bear. He just
That's how it is with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
medicine in his food because nobody can give him his medicine because he has a liquid medicine that only I guess I could administer. And so I had my nephew putting it in the food, and he wouldn't even take. He wouldn't eat, so he wouldn't get his medicine. He just wouldn't eat.
So
I could do that here, and he'll eat it, no problem.
Is Mean Kitty an inside kitty now or inside outside?
Yeah, he is because he got another illness, which is not too savory to discuss, but basically it's called megacolon. And how do I say this delicately? He got a little blocked.
Wow.
I guess the colon is bigger than the exit hole.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So he had problems eliminating, and he got so blocked that he had to go to the vet so that they could do that for him. And they said that he's never going to be able to eliminate properly. He has to be on a special diet. He has to have this medicine twice a day. He's got these health issues. And so that's when we decided, forget it. I'm just going to have to leave him in the house because it's just I can't go chasing him down. And when he was outside, I never knew when he was going to be here. So I had to bring him in so that I could have him on a regimented medicine schedule and also his diet and everything.
But he has a good life in your house. I'm telling you, comfort.
I felt really bad at first. I felt really bad because I knew that he missed it because he would keep going to the door like he wanted to go out, and then he'd look at me in these big eyes and just it would like Bugs Bunny when he gets the big eyes. And I just feel the tear. I would almost expecting tears to come down, and I'm just feeling so bad. And I would tell him Mean Kitty, I'm really sorry. I wish I could let you go back out to your world that you're used to, but you're going to have to be in my world now. And it sucked because I felt really bad. So we put a little pad on a table near the front door. I don't know if you saw that video. And we open up the shade every day so that he can look out. And he spends lots of time sitting on that table looking out. And I still I wonder what he's thinking when he's looking out the window. But
he's healthier. He's healthier.
Yeah, he's
healthier now.
I think now he's to the point where when I go in and out of the door, he doesn't try to rush me to the door. He doesn't try to leave. So I think he's adapted now, or he's seems pretty happy. And he's got the run of the house because he is an FIV kitty. I can't have him. He can't commingle with the other cats unless he's super happy. Because otherwise, if he bites another cat, he could transmit it.
Oh wow!
Man.
Okay.
So if he gets too rough when he plays, he doesn't get aggressive with the other cats, but sometimes he likes to play with Tiger. He and Tiger are buds, and they will sometimes play, and they get kind of rough. So he always has to be monitored, with the other cats. So So he has like the Fosters, they have a room, have a cattery where they all stay. And then Daphne, she stays on the upstairs level of our house. And then Mean Kitty has the full run of the stairs, the balcony area, and the whole downstairs. He has a full run of the house. And then when we all go to bed, he does go to bed with Penny. I mean, not Penny, Daphne. That's the cat, my other cat that's upstairs. But I have to pull Daphne's bowls every night so that they don't share a bowl, because there's a concern that any kind of fluid from his bodily fluids, if they exchange bodily fluids in any way, she could possibly get it. So I pull her bowls, and then he comes to bed when we go to bed, and he sleeps with Daphne on the foot of our bed. And the two of them get along just fine. They don't get aggressive with each other or anything.
Okay.
Oh, that's
All
great.
right.
He's done a really good job of adapting to and it's funny too, because like when he wants to go to bed, he'll actually go upstairs and sit by the door. He's like ready to go to the room to go to bed.
But I love the fact that he's doing that, because I've been with Min Kitty from the very beginning,
Yeah.
and it was a back scratcher.
Yeah.
That's what topping them up.
I've had a couple people talk to me about doing a reality show for. I'm wanting to move forward on that, but I've just got so many other things going on in my life that I just haven't been able to put a lot of focus on that. But it is something that has been discussed.
Yeah. Well,
He's a character.
before we go back to Dog and Butterfly, can you tell everybody a little bit about some of the other things you're involved with musically?
Yeah. Okay. Well, aside from animal rescue and stuff, just want to say for those people that don't know too, that a lot of the cats that I feed, I do trap them, try to get them spayed and neutered. I find homes for the ones, homes for the ones that are adoptable, the ones that are friendly, and then the ones that are too wild to adopt. We release them, and then I just keep feeding them and keeping an eye on them in my neighborhood. Last night, I chased a coyote down the street with my car and popped over a curb practically trying to scare it off, because it was like right in the area where I feed some of the cats, and I was scared that.
Wow, good for you. So we're in coyote country too, and
so I put the brights on and I honked my horn, beep, 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 and I just kept going after this coyote, and I chased him down like a couple blocks, and he went out into the darkness. So I think
I'm telling you, when I take my dogs outside, I'm like Secret Service, like movement on the hill to the left.
Yeah. That's kind of, we have the doorbell too. We have like 3 cameras on our property, so we're always like looking on the cameras for stuff. But this is like the first time I've ever seen a coyote on our street. But my husband did catch one on the Ring door camera one time too. But it's very rare that they come up this far. So hopefully he won't return. I think I scared the heck out of him. So I think he's. Yeah. But anyway, back to the music stuff. I was in a band before I was in Dog and Butterfly, and it was like kind of a bad experience. I was dating the drummer in that band too. So like I said, I gravitate towards these musicians that I work with. So, and that didn't work out. And I wasn't even going to do a band for a really long time. So I wanted to give you a little background on how Dog and Butterfly got started. And Dave, was hitting me up when we were dating, and even when we got married. We were together like 4 or 5 years before we ever started doing music together, because I'd had such a bad experience from a previous band that I had been in that just got really ugly. When I broke up with the guy, he took my band and they re-recorded songs that I wrote and put another girl's voice on it, and just lots of ugliness. And they locked me out of our lockout studio, and they had my gear, and I had to fight to get my gear back, and it was just bad. So anyway, Dave kept hitting me up to be in a band, and we had done a cover band finally after about 4 years. And then Dave just got this brainstorm idea. He's like, because I had done original music in the past with a previous band, and people used to say I sounded a little bit too much like Ann Wilson, and I think that was kind of working against us as an original band. Dave came up with the idea. He's like, well, why don't we do maybe a tribute to Hart? I mean, if you sound like Ann Wilson, if you can't beat him, why don't you just join him and do a tribute? So that's how that started. And then
what year was that, Lizann?
That was 2003, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
so
we're
20
years we've known you.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So, yeah, because I think it was around 2003 or 2004 when I played with you guys. And because you guys been around a long time too. So
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how we started Dog and Butterfly. And so then shortly thereafter, but I told him, I said, I made him agree. In fact, I think I actually made Dave put it in writing and sign to it, that if we ever did a band together or any kind of musical projects, that if we broke up, he wasn't going to try to take the band from me or try to take the songs from me or anything else, because because of my previous experience. I just couldn't.
Right.
So anyway,
huh?
then we started doing some original projects for a while. And Joe Laba is out there on Facebook, a friend of ours who's a really talented guitar player. We did some work with him, but I was always like really frustrated. I'm like a frustrated musician because I couldn't play an instrument, and I had to always rely on other people. When I wrote songs, I would have melodies and I'd have the music in my head, but I could never convey it to them, and I have to sing it. And then every time, oh, hi, Tina. Hi, Sal. So we I forgot where I was. Yeah, I was working with musicians, and I was always getting frustrated because whatever came out, and maybe Jim, if you work on original music, you probably know this, whatever ideas I had, once everybody else got involved with writing it, it turned into something completely different than what I had envisioned. I'm sure you know this, So I'm sure it happens to all musicians.
I know what it's like when I used to play music.
It's especially frustrating to me because I couldn't even play the music to tell them, what it was I wanted or to try to convey it. So
yes,
one day, several years pass, and Dave was using my keyboard because I do have a Korg X3 and it's MIDI compatible, and he was just playing with a brand new Pro Tools program on his computer.
Yeah.
And he realized that if he had a MIDI keyboard, he could trigger sounds through the Pro Tools software. So he plugged in my keyboard and he was playing with it and tinkering it. And I came upstairs and I heard him, and I'm like, wow, my keyboard sounds like that. He was like making all these sounds that my keyboard didn't even have. And my keyboard had a lot of sounds in it, in the sound bank. These were like bizarre, like all kinds of drum things and just all kinds of stuff. Hi, Steven. And so I told him, I said, hey, can I play with that? And he's like, not on my computer, you don't. And I was like, well, it's my keyboard. And he's like, oh, well, you'll have to get your own Pro Tools. And I said, okay, well, I want my own Pro Tools. He's like, oh, no. We're not going to buy you that, because if we do, you're never going to learn how to use it. It's just a waste. I was like, no. You buy me Pro Tools, you buy me that program. And if I can use my keyboard with that program, I will use it.
Yeah.
And so he did. We got like the lower end version of the Pro Tools. And I plugged my keyboard in, and I immediately started creating songs. I started going online on YouTube to get tutorials so I could learn how to run Pro Tools. And I also had a couple friends that knew how to use Pro Tools. So I was like digging information from them to try to get it. And I taught myself, and I was able to do like stuttering effects and all these different things. I kind of figured them out on my own and probably didn't do them the easiest way or the pro way that you would do it. But I started figuring out how to do things and how to cut and paste and how to come up with stuff. And that's when I started using my keyboard to write music in a way that I had never been able to before, because I could never play keyboards well enough to accompany myself. But in Pro Tools, I'm able to lay down my ideas little by little and layer it and stack them up. And then I can cut and paste and repeat that part, and it would play on its own, and then I could sing to it. And that's how I started constructing songs.
There you go.
That's how Eliza got started.
Okay.
And I was writing songs within the first couple months. In fact, my song Look Away, which is the one that has the music video that I sent you, was one of the, did I send you that?
I have that. Should we do it?
Sure. That was one of the first songs I wrote, and I wrote it like only about 4 months after getting Pro Tools. So,
okay, cool. Yeah, let's take a look.
In the morning, nothing scares me in the light. But in the folding with the sounds of city streets and cars and trains that call to the part of me that's wanting to escape. In the light, look away, in the dark, what has become here today, gone away. If I try, how can I embrace this crushing fear? I'm not leaving here. Ooh. There's no warning and no way that you could know how life takes a drastic turn. And the only way to keep me crawling through another day is to find the hole that you could lead me through. In the light, look away, in the dark, what has become here today, gone away. If I try, how can I embrace this crushing fear? I'm not leaving here. Ooh. If you go away or forever stay, living here, I can never run away. 'Cause everywhere I go, I can't escape this life I know. In the light, in the way, in the dark, what has become here today, gone away. If I try, how can I embrace this crushing fear? I'm not leaving here. I'm not leaving here. I'm not leaving here. In the light, in the way, look away, what has become here today, gone away. If I try, can I embrace this crushing fear? I'm not leaving here. I'm not leaving you. I'm not leaving
Wow.
Wow.
Ooh.
Pretty elaborate
It is.
video
It's-
production.
I'm back here laughing. I started laughing during the heroin overdose scene or the shooting up scene because
Oh, yes.
I was actually using an animal medication syringe.
But
Animal medication syringe to be like my drug dose. So I just thought it was funny. But anyway,
Yes. yes.
yeah, I came up with the concept. Well, I wrote the song about a friend of mine's daughter who had a drug addiction problem, and then I expanded that idea, and I kind of came up with a concept of this girl that was a dancer in a club, and she's dating the club owner, which is, I had to put a backstory together in my mind,
right.
kind of like make a storyboard from it. And so basically it's about a girl who's a drug addict and she's a dancer in a club, and the club owner, is a big flirt. You might notice in the scenes, he's talking to different women. Every one of those women, by the way, is me with a different wig on from the back. Those are all me. Yeah, you got to do it on a budget, right? So I wanted to hire the extras, so I had to be all the extras. So, we did that video. I'm almost embarrassed to say that we did that video for like around $750.
Wow, that's
I
amazing.
have to do a shout out to Armando Pereira because he was the guy that did the filming. I wrote the storyboard and the concept and the song I wrote. But he did the filming and he did the editing and some of those effects that you see that we added. Also, Tyler Whites did the tear of blood that came down because he's really good at CG. So he did a CG tear of blood coming down. Thank you, Bob, for the compliment on the song. So we did the video for like $750. It's like we filmed it in Riverside, and I played all the parts of the girls, and also my friend Eugene played the woman chasing club owner, and so we put that together, and basically at the end, and it's so funny too, because like we were on such a budget, we're trying to like find different ways that we can make this video look dramatic. So I knew that I wanted her to be dead at one point. So we started out in the beginning where she's already dead. She's like out of it, and you see the eye, and she's already in a car crash, and we make it come full circle where she's superimposed looking at herself dead.
Yes.
So pretty much she doesn't know that she's dead already. So the whole video is her, reliving the last moments of her life. Yes. And why she, was so stupid to take drugs and then go drive. But we had to figure out, well, how are we going to make these visuals? So my friend Scott Snyder, you might know, who plays bass in Great White, but he used to play with us.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
We used his house because he had a big yard and he had a great big tree. And we put the car up against the tree, facing the tree. Then we got a smoke machine. We lifted up the hood and we put a smoke machine underneath the car, so it would look like smoke coming out from the car.
Amazing. Wow.
And then my friend Armando, who did the filming, he put a GoPro on his head and he ran towards a tree really fast with a camera on his head. So it looks like, trees coming at you.
Yeah, that was a pretty elaborate video production.
Really was. It was great.
These are all the behind the scenes. And then we, when we did the driving sequences where you see I'm driving and then there's like scenes going by me of the scenery and whatnot, we actually put the car inside of a gazebo in Scott's backyard. It had like one big opening. It was like a semicircular gazebo thing, but there was just enough room to put the car in. And I had borrowed the car from a good friend of mine. It's an old Mercedes that I thought was just kind of cool. So we backed the Mercedes into this gazebo, and then we hung green curtains all around the gazebo. So it was all completely surrounded, all like surround.
Yes.
He was able to do it later when he did the editing. He superimposed the scenery going by. So, and we did the whole thing for I have to say again, Armando Peredia, $750 is
That's amazing. That's amazing.
That's incredible.
We did a lot of it. We only did like 2 nights of shooting, and we did pretty much. We had to ask somebody if we could shoot inside their bar. It took a while to find somebody that would let us do that.
Sure.
But yeah, and then oddly enough, that was that was one of my first songs I ever wrote. And then it was the first time I ever submitted a video to a film, what do they call it? Film festival.
Yes.
And it won first place for best music video at the Laughlin International Film Festival. That was my very first stab at making a video. So
well. Now, where can everybody find your original music? Is it on the streaming services?
Yeah. I had it on my website. I had it, and I hope to get that site back up. It's Eliza which is the first, by the way. I have to explain this too. I because everybody knows me as Lizann, and I sing for like seniors in the daytime, and I have all this stuff I do with the tribute bands and stuff. I felt like my original music, I wanted it to be different or special or separated from the rest of it. So I wanted to give myself an alias. So it's the first 5 letters of Elizabeth. My full name is Elizabeth Ann. That's why I go by Lizann. But I wanted something different. So I used the first 5 letters of Elizabeth. So I spell it like Eliza, Eliza, but I pronounce it Eliza where the I is the European enunciation, which sounds like an E, Eliza. So that's what I go by. And if you wanted to, my website right now is down. I hope to have it up. So at some point you can go to Eliza, dash music with a Z, MUZIC, .com. And it's down right now, like I said, but that's where it, you know, my Eliza website was, and I do still own the domain, and we're trying to get it back up. We just haven't gotten around to it yet. But in the meantime, the music's available on if you put in Eliza, again spelled like Eliza, ELIZA, and go to Amazon, and then put in Anything Can Happen. Eliza, Anything Can Happen. That's the name of my EP, and you can get a bunch of songs there. Or you could go to reverbnation.com. That's reverbnation.com /ELIZA, Eliza and the number 4. reverbnation.com /Eliza and the number 4. And you can purchase the songs there as well, or you can stream them if you just want to listen to them. But of course, you know, as a musician, we appreciate it when you purchase something.
And I'm going to put I'm going to put all that below.
Okay. Yeah. I'll send you all those links if you needed them. But yeah, so that's where it started. I wrote that one, and I wrote the beat and a couple other ones. And then I just, you know, I haven't been able to get back to it as much as I wanted to lately because I've just been working a lot. But,
Yes.
And I do want to do another video. My friend Tony said he was interested in helping to finance that at some point. So maybe I'll get to do another music video at some point. I've got lots of crazy ideas for new videos. I've got a very fertile imagination, so it's always going.
I know what I was going to ask you. Because Scott Wardlow, our good friend, I know he's a good friend of yours as well. He wanted you to talk about some of the other singers and voices that you do. And that's going to lead to my next question.
Okay. Well, I do, you know, at one point I was trying to count how many other singers that I do, and I think it's up to around 30 different voices, female voices that I can impersonate fairly well, some better than others. But I do Cher and Marilyn Monroe and gosh, I mean, of course, Norah Jones, Ann Wilson, of course. I do a fairly decent Stevie Nicks. I do a pretty good Sheryl Crow. There's Judy Garland. There's quite a Barbra Streisand. There's quite a few. Yeah, you got some pictures there of me doing Cher and some stuff from my Eliza work and whatnot. So, and that's the other thing about Eliza is I usually wear a lot of wigs and wacky costumes when I do Eliza, so it's like a different thing. But yeah, I do a lot of different voices that I just enjoy. I've always imitated people. I've always been a mimic. That's kind of, I don't know. I used to do it just to entertain people when I was a kid. I used to get a rise out of seeing people, you know, wow, that sounds like them or whatever. You know, I get somebody to go, oh my gosh, she sounds like it or whatever, and that would give me like a kick. And then I'd think, okay, well, who else can I imitate? You know,
Yeah.
like me to do, because I used to do Betty Davis, just talking like her, you know.
Oh yeah.
And my mom just used to always like get a kick out of it. So I just was doing that stuff just, you know, for fun, for as a goof growing up, kind of imitating people. I never thought that I could actually get paid for it.
Yes.
But I've done a couple shows dressing up as Cher and doing impersonations of Cher, and
you fantastic.
Yeah, I've seen you do that.
But your thing now is Dog and Butterfly. So can we show some fun videos of?
Oh yeah, we have a couple of
Dog and Butterfly.
Yeah, I mean, Dog and Butterfly. I mean, Heart is definitely. I mean, Al Wilson thing is definitely like one of my main gig of impersonations. Yeah.
So yeah, let's take a look at a little more video footage of that.
Dog and Butterfly.
Time I think about, I wanna cry. Bones dead.
Yeah.
You know, that lead guitar player looks kind of familiar.
Familiar.
He's the best. He's the best there is.
For people that don't know, we use Steve Zukowski is our main lead guitar player, who also had played
So
with
good.
me previously in Led Zepagain. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, we played for 11 years.
For 11 years with Steve, and I'll tell you, Steve, one of the most.
It seems like I was just gonna say it seems like a natural progression because Led Zeppelin and Heart are so similar musically.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Probably one of the most talented guitar
absolutely.
players we've ever known.
He's incredible.
He's amazing.
It was
Yeah, he is. He really is very talented, and he doesn't pitch a bitch about wearing a wig. So.
Well, you know what?
do that. So he's.
Years,
And I wanted to say something too. I forgot to mention in my original video, Look Away, the blindfold. I was doing that before Bird Box. That video was done before Bird Box. I'm just
wow.
Is that right?
Interesting.
Wow.
And Bird Box.
saying. 2 years before Bird Box when I did that. So
Yeah.
I just
That was
don't
a darn good movie.
I wasn't copying them; they were copying me. Okay.
Well, okay. So one of the last questions I wanted to ask is, if you had enough time to do another tribute band to another artist, who would it be?
That's a big one.
God. I do like Stevie Nicks a lot. Yeah. I was thinking, I'm actually I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but I'm thinking about doing a show kind of like what Brody does, where I do a lot of different women in rock. Is something that I'm actually working on right now. I'm hoping to get going soon at some point.
Well, I can't
Because
think
you
of
can
anybody.
do it. You can do it.
I
You
can't think
can
of
do
anybody better.
It's hard to nail me down to like one artist. I mean, I've been doing Ann Wilson now for like, God, since 2003. How many years is that? 18 years?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a long time. I'm not sick of it yet. I still enjoy it, and there's still more material that we want to try to like get into the set, and some of those B-sides that we want to work on, and but I would like to at some point do that. And I have to say that I did get asked. We have a show coming up in November. I can't say. I'm not sure if I'm looking forward to it, but we're doing a show in November where they want me to also imitate. We're doing our band Heart, but a tribute to Heart, but we're also doing a few songs as Joan Jett.
Oh, that's awesome.
I actually have to learn a little guitar for this, so.
That's awesome.
But the cool thing is, Lizann, you can do it all. So you could do a show with 5 different artists in one show.
But
Yeah,
you
it's
No one can do that. You could do that.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to do like Chrissy Hind or Joan Jett, where I have to play an instrument. I have a whole new respect for Deshay and Masha and
Yeah.
I mean, because I had never realized how dang hard it is just to play the guitar, but then
That's right.
and to try to sing and play the guitar. I'm like,
they are both so
fantastic.
Good at it.
We were just talking. You are blessed with Desha. I mean, is it Desha or Desha?
it's Deshay. I know it looks the A is like a long A. Yeah, it's like a long A. Deshay. It looks like Desha, but it's
She's fantastic.
Yeah,
she's
her and
fantastic.
Masha
Like
both.
And Masha.
She's
My
like
gosh.
the 4th or 5th Nancy that we've had since we first started in 2003, and all of them were great. But I have to say, Deshay just broke the mold. I mean, she's so good.
What's the name of the first one, Lizann?
You saw when we first played with you. It was it wasn't Courtney. It was oh my God, why am I forgetting her name?
I believe she used to date Paul Samrin.
Yeah, she used to date. Yeah, Dave. Can you answer that question?
Dave.
I love her. I love her too, but I'm just like pulling a blank because this is like almost 18 years ago.
Yes, I know that was a long time.
Whitney. That's it.
Whitney. Now, did she move away?
Okay.
Has she moved away?
Yeah, she moved away to Carolina, one of the Carolinas, north or south. Okay. I'm not sure which, but I believe that's where she. And then I don't know if she moved again since then, but I believe that was where she was going then.
Yeah.
So then we had Sissy for a while, and then we
Yes.
Horton for a while, and then
That's right.
Courtney
That's right.
was so then we had Sissy again for a while,
That's
and
right.
then we had
Just
Deshay.
great.
Yeah.
Man, you've been blessed with
Yeah, you got some killer players there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have to say that we've been really lucky to have some really, really great guitar players over the years, great bass players. We've had a lot of people sub in and sit in. Like during COVID, Larry Hampton came in and played with us for a little while. And he was amazing. He just jumped right in with like no rehearsal.
Yes.
The whole
We
show.
love some Larry Hampton.
Larry was amazing. I mean, he learned about almost like about an hour's worth of material, like in only about maybe a 2-week time period. And he did this like Pershing Square thing that we did online because of COVID. They were doing like video concerts.
Yeah.
And he came in and just played that thing, and you wouldn't have known that he'd never played with us before and never even had a rehearsal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, man, you get
A few people like that. Masha was kind of like that too. I think she only had like one rehearsal maybe with us, and she just hopped right in. And that was,
Well, I mean, if you're able to toggle between Steve Zukowski and Larry Hampton, those are two of the best guitar players.
yeah. I feel pretty blessed to have,
That's
have
awesome.
a pretty good crew. So yeah, I mean, and Larry still subs in with us when necessary, and whenever Steve's not, because as you know, Steve plays in several tribute bands.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
When he's busy, Larry can come and play. And then we also have other wonderful guys. Oh God, Eric is another guy that sits in with us, and we have a wonderful friend, Rob, who was like our utility guy because he could play bass or guitar and equally well. He moved to Nashville, but he's still periodically, if we need him, we fly him out, and he's offered himself up for free. He's like, well, just pay the flight and I'll come and just jam with you guys, because he says he just loves playing with us so much. So I mean, we're really blessed to have some really nice people that we just have a good time playing with them. I probably should have sent you like some of the funny stuff that we've had on video, like when Steve and Deshay did a miserable fail. They were outside of we were on tour in Arizona, and they were outside. I forgot what restaurant we were at, but we were at some fast food place. And they went out, both of them were outside for a second, and they came walking by the picture window, and they were trying to like do the escalator, the fake escalator thing that
yes,
where Deshay down lower, and I freaking like laugh my ass off because she only got like halfway down and her butt was sticking up, and it was she failed so miserably, and it was just hilarious. So we have a lot of fun with each other on the road, and
so we're gonna end with a really fun.
Well, wait, we gotta find out when their next show is.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
We actually have a really fun video, really fun visual for that.
okay.
For the oh yeah,
I do. I made a fun.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't show my ballet picture, my ballet days. I thought.
We're gonna end off with that.
We
Don't end my surprise.
Is that like a kill? Did I just
I have
ruin the
that.
end there? I'm sorry.
Yep,
Spoiler alert.
yep. So
Yeah,
so let's talk about this.
Okay, yeah, we have the Cave at Big Bear coming up on the 22nd of October. Yep. And I wish that we had done this video a little earlier because we had more shows during the summer, but it's starting to slow down now. But,
Yes.
that's our next show. If people want to know, where we're playing, you can just go to dognbutterfly.com. That's dog, the letter N, butterfly.com. And you can, most of our show schedule is up. It's a little slow getting it up right now because we've got a new web guy and he's still kind of getting things together for us. And we've been slow at getting them some of the stuff that they need. It's just, we're so darn busy right now.
So, or you can go to the Cave and go to their live events and buy tickets online.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, you just go to the Cave, thecavebigbear.com and click there, and you can find tickets. I think they're only like $15 for the tickets.
Yeah, they are $15.
Like a deal. Yeah, and a lot of people are just going to go up, I guess, for the weekend. So you can probably catch us at the Bear Cafe the next day and have breakfast with us afterwards because I think we're going to I think we're all going to be spending the night and probably spend some time up there.
Let's see where we're at. Oh man.
Where are you guys? Yeah, where are you guys on the 23rd or the 23rd?
I'm playing with TLR at the Candlelight Pavilion that night out there.
On the 22nd?
22nd, yes. In fact,
What are you doing on the 23rd? You come up to the mountain and have breakfast with us if you're not too tired.
we're doing that too. We're doing actually Thursday through Sunday that weekend. We're doing a 4-night run with the long run.
Oh, okay.
We're definitely going to come out and see the band.
Oh, we are. So are.
For the same reason, I don't get out to see you guys or other bands that often, because it seems like all the weekends that I have,
Same night.
I've got something going on. I got a show.
Yeah.
Plus, I sing. A lot of people may or may not know that I also sing during the week at Chef George's in Bermuda Dunes every Tuesday and Friday from 6:30 to 9:30.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, Chef George's. I don't know if I mentioned that in my notes when I sent you. Probably should have, but I was trying to think of all the things. Chef, and I think I wrote that email to you like at 2 a.m. But that's when I do most of my best thinking. I'm at Chef George's Picasso Lounge, which is in Bermuda Dunes. It's at Washington and Country Club.
Yes.
Bermuda Dunes, just off the 210, and it's I'm there every Tuesday and Friday from 6:30 to 9:30. Starting this Friday, they're back, because they close during the summertime for a little while because it's so hot in Palm Springs. A lot of the restaurants do that.
Yeah.
But we will be out there on my first show back in season again. This Friday is my opening night again for this season. So.
Oh, very cool.
Well, we have so much fun with you.
And I do like a lot of different stuff. I do like when I'm there, I'm singing everything from Billie Holiday to Lady Gaga and everything in between. So.
Awesome. That's very cool. Well, I guess when you get that project together where you're doing all the different singers, just remember to keep me in mind as the bass player. I'm just kidding.
I will. I'll give you a call if you're interested. And then the other thing too is I meant to mention too that I'm also been very fortunate enough to have connected with some friends of mine. Mark, oh God, I can never remember his last name. On Facebook, give me just a second. It's the Mark and Tony Show, and also Mark's Place, Lantero, Mark Lantero, that's his last name, and Tony Pomponio. The two of them have a sitcom on on Amazon Prime, and then they also have a talk show in the mornings on KPSE in Palm Springs, Channel 20.
And they're fantastic.
Yes.
They're fantastic.
It's nice to invite me on, and I've been doing a lot of guest appearances on their shows. And I also have been really interestingly been able to do some MC work for them too, where I get to announce the show, and it's kind of like a nice show, and I get to say, and here's Mark and Tony, and I'm like introducing them and stuff, and it's kind of fun. So if people want to tune into that, you can find again Mark and Tony. Their show, the Mark and Tony Show, is on YouTube. Whenever the episodes air on KPSE, afterwards they're shared onto YouTube, so people can find it there. If you visit me on Facebook at Lizann Warner on Facebook, you can find a lot of those links. And hopefully,
so what is the Mark and Tony? What is the link for the Mark and Tony?
The Mark and Tony Show. Let me see if I can find it on YouTube. And I'm sorry that I didn't provide that for you.
And I'll provide this all underneath our entire live stream for everybody.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can find a link. And I know Tony's watching, so he's probably yelling it at the TV as we speak.
He's yelling. But Tony, just so you know, I'll post it underneath our link. If
you go to YouTube, just put in Mark and ampersand for and Mark and Tony Show, and then. I know I'm in episode 13, and I believe I'm on episode 5, and maybe also there might be another one. I think I'm on episode 5 and episode 13, and maybe episode 12. I think those are the 3 episodes that I'm on. So it's been a lot of fun to get to do some filming.
They're fantastic. I've watched them. They're greate. They're amazing.
I'd like to do a lot more acting work, so hopefully anybody watching this, if they're thinking about that, I can, I'd love to cut my teeth on some more acting opportunities.
That's awesome.
That's
awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, we're going to show a really cute little, a little ending to this amazing time with you.
Thank you. It's been fun. I really, I don't think I've ever had an interview where I've gotten to go over like so much material, information about me, and I appreciate
So much.
that.
So much.
Gracious enough to invite me on. I appreciate
Oh
it.
man, it's
thank
our
you
pleasure.
so much.
Thank you for joining us,
So
Lizann.
this is my favorite little, I'll say twirl,
Like a
hashtag.
montage or something.
We love you so much.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get to not play on a Friday night and
we'll
be
come and see
a
you.
show
Yes.
And I
sometime.
want to mention too that if anybody wants to see the Mark's Place is a sitcom, and I'm hoping they're going to invite me to be on that show. The same guys that do Mark and Tony, they have a show called Mark's Place on Amazon Prime. And if you just look it up, Mark's Place on Amazon Prime, it's pretty funny. They have a great little sitcom on there, and hopefully I'm going to make an appearance on that at some point. So I just want to throw that little thing in there.
Definitely be looking for that.
LizannWarner.com, that has a lot of stuff that I'm doing. A lot of the links, at least a couple of my project links are there. If you want to hear the Eliza music, or if you want to find Dog and Butterfly, you can just go to LizannWarner.com, and those links are there. And I hope to have more information about the Mark and Tony show and some of those other links up soon.
Awesome. That's so cool. Thank you so much again, Lizann. We really
I really
appreciate you
appreciate
spending the
it.
evening with us.
Love you so much. All right, let's enjoy this little ending,
is
and then
gonna take us out.
we'll see you soon. Thank you so much.
Look forward to it. Bye, guys. Thank
Good night.
you.
Thank you.